Shabbat Shalom, Israel, giving our praise to the Most High God and the Son, Yahweh Shah. With the Battle Axes of the Most High coming back to you on the first work Friday. I'm Soldier Razatot, Soldier Donovan, you getting, preparing for Sabbath. You know how that go, man. When you be working and all that, be running the errands all, day and stuff. So you know how that go. But sometimes you do have to do it solo dolo, but nevertheless, the word still gonna go out, man, to the four corners, man. Shout out to that brother. Shalom, Sister Hannah. Shalom, Brother Moses. How y'all doing? I hope y'all had like a good productive week. All praise to the Most High God. He's steady speeding up that time, allowing us to, get into captivity and get up out of there, man. And then, hey, Sabbath right, where it is right now, man. And then, hey, in a couple more days, we'll be at Sabbath again, man. That's why me and Don, we tend to, joke around, be like, hey, I see you in a minute whenever we having Sabbath class, doing class together. Because, it feel like a couple of minutes. All praises. But, yeah, man, so, it feel like a couple of minutes. And the Most High God, he doing that for, his people, man. Because, it's been hell, on our people. Whether it's like death in the families, family members in the hospital, financial circumstances. You got what as usual family issues, captivity whooping your ass. It's a plethora of things that we just going through as a nation of people on a day-to-day basis. And like as you see as the title, it says it gotta get worse. Because before things get better, it's gonna have to get worse, man, because that's the Most High God just trying us as a nation of people. And y'all let me know if the live is good and everything. Is the sound good? It's not buffering or none of that is because how Esau be tripping on the Sabbath for some reason. Well, we know what reason it is, but we can play dumb with them. But all praise. Shalom, Abon. How y'all doing? But yeah, tonight's title is it gotta get worse. Cause like I was saying, these things, it sounds Chris videos is all praise. But these things they gotta get worse, man. And it's just to build us up because we are that gold tried in the fire on a day-to-day basis. Speaking of which, y'all keep Brother Daniel and Sister Mary Houston in y'all prayers, man. Because brother, he in the hospital right now. Dealing with some things. Y'all know y'all can call around and figure that out. I ain't gonna talk about it too much, but y'all just keep them that brother in y'all prayers, man. Because that's kind of why I went ahead and added to this class. Because at first I had it already written out, but dealing with that situation, you got to bring this out to uplift brothers and sisters spirits, man. Because that can be a downer. That can bring a person down, but nevertheless, hey, we gotta get this thing together, man, and continue to pray for one another, fast for one another, man. Even with the arms situation, like all that, because we all in this thing together, man. Hey, shalom, Soldier Don. There he is right there. But without further ado, the first precept is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. Whenever I get there. All right, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So another, word for perilous is like dangerous or like, some important or like crazy stuff going on. It's gonna have you like at an attentive type of state of mind because you're gonna see everything going crazy. But that's when we cleave unto the Most High God the most. Of course, you cleave unto him whenever you in your prosperity, but as well as your affliction. Because the Lord, he set it up that way. But it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. These things are gonna happen regardless if we want them to happen or not. That's just what that is. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. So we are seeing that, on a day-to-day basis, whether it's in the world or whether it's like, and it's truth, man. We see that you have brothers and sisters that's being lovers of themselves, being like puffed up and prideful, trying to be precept king, trying to be the best breakdown of the breakdowners, and all these things. But if you're doing that for the wrong reasoning, if you just trying to do it to be seen of man, I mean, that's all vain. But if you're doing that in a humble state of mind, doing it wholeheartedly and willingly, for the Most High God and His Son Yahweh, then that's totally different. The Most High God, He accepted it. Same way with Cain and Abel. They both gave offerings, but Abel gave, his best of his best offering, man. Meanwhile, you got Cain, he was trying to give his worst. And, had his mindset, somewhere, far out from the Most High God. But reading on, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous. We know that that covetous spirit is going around on a day-to-day basis because, if a brother got the newest pair of Jordans, hey, brother ready to shoot him, man, to get them things off his feet. Then, hey, if a brother have a wife that may look good to the next man's eyes, brother try to covet his wife. Hey, or if a brother got some gold or some money, or doing well, got a business going on, it's a plethora of things that's going on that can have a brother in a covetous spirit, man. And these are those perilous times that the Lord is speaking on. It says boasters and proud. So we know them that like showboating, talking about I got this, that, and the third. Man, you niggas got to get it out the mud and all this. But I'm like, okay, help a brother get it out the mud, man. You eating, so let the next brother eat. Not saying that you just giving out handouts, but hey, give the blueprint on how a brother can eat. If it's in a righteous manner, of course, hey, help a brother out, help a sister out, man. But then it says proud. So we know, hey, that prideful spirit, man, that's lingering around in Israel right now. Brothers is too prideful to ask for forgiveness. Brothers is too prideful to forgive brothers and sisters that may have caused harm. Hey, brothers too proud to be wrong. And that's how you if a brother is a babe in his truth, or if he's like a man that's well nurtured, like with the meat and these different type of things, man. Because hey, a brother that's too prideful to to say he's sorry or to be wrong, or as far as anything, man. That's how you know if a brother is built up or not. But blasphemers, that's going around. Blaspheming is how a lot of you got brothers and sisters that may be Old Testament Israelites, man. They blaspheming the word, blaspheming Christ. Talking about, man, we ain't finna follow after that nigga. He a nigga just like us. He got killed just like how us niggas getting killed on a day-to-day basis. But hey, you better watch your mouth on that thing, man, because that's the Father's son. And he did the will of his father, man. And he did make him king over us, man. And even how Captain Yahri was speaking on it yesterday, everybody that ever was in the truth and went against Christ, it never was a good outcome in the end, man. It was never a good outcome. They always wind up being bugged out, strung out on drugs, missing teeth, crippled, a strong ass delusion on them, probably dealing in homosexuality and a plethora of things, man. Every time you go against Christ, hey, Most High God, he put that strong delusion on your core. Isaiah 66:4. Then it says, disobedient to parents. So we know that's going around like crazy, man. That's why we talk about YNs, man. They disrespecting their parents. They going out disrespecting their elders. Hey, and then you wonder why their days be short, man. Because them YNs, they go out and they may commit a robbery. They may try to mess with the wrong school. And then, hey, he knock him off his block, man. All because he wanted to, try to get it the easy way or try to prove something. That's what these YNs do nowadays. They just try to prove something, man. But then, hey, the only thing you prove is that you're a dummy, man, or you're an idiot, or you ignorant, man. Because then you wind up in that grave or you wind up in prison, man. Just like with dude that that had something to do with Mo3's murder, or supposedly the killer, or whatever the case may be. Me and Soldier Ezra, we went to school with this dude, man, and he wasn't like that, man. But then all of a sudden, he made the headlines, man. And then what he doing? He in prison right now. You know, he was already dealing with a transgender as is, man. And then he in prison, so they having their way with him, man. And he probably enjoying that thing, man. That's a delusion that the Most High God put on him, man. But reading on, unthankful, unholy. So hey, we know how our people are unthankful as hell, man. Talking about you can be giving your last to somebody, man, and they'll be unthankful. Or the Lord may put it on your spirit to give them a place to stay, or even give them a car, whatever the case may be. Have a person may have their wealth situated, and then hey, brothers be unthankful. Or even if something is small, it's like how when your pop's working all these hours just to put some food in your stomach, and then he come in with some chicken, and you be like, I don't want that. But then I'm like, hey, your dad wanted to be pissed off at you because you like, you gonna eat what I bought, or you ain't gonna eat at all. Like how Bernie Mac said, man, hey, I hope you get dizzy in the mother, and pass out, man. Hey, so we gotta stop being in that unthankful spirit, man. It's like how when we be talking out to brothers and sisters when we be at the West End station, man. Trying to call them to repentance, trying to build them back to the marriage, and they be unthankful as hell. And we always bring it out. We be like, hey, the Lord woke you up this morning, but you ain't got time to give them 5 minutes, 2 minutes of your time. Your train don't come until like 10 minutes, and you can't give them that 10 minutes, man, or at least, like you said, 5, 7 minutes, or whatever the case may be, man. That's being unthankful, because the Lord could have really had you sleep, man, that long sleep, man. But then it says unholy. Anything that's contrary to the Most High God's laws, statutes, commandments, that's unholy. Unholiness goes into sin. Reading on, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers. So you got truce breakers. Hey, you and the brother had squashed the beef, or like y'all had made an agreement on something, and then hey, that truce wound up being broken. And then said false accusers, brothers and sisters that be lying on each other, man. Trying to run, you say this, that, and the third in his face, but then you go behind his back and say this, that, and the third. And then you have another brother, at odds with him because of something that you falsely accused that brother of. Then you have what? Innocence or incontinuance, fierce, despisers of those that are good. So you have what you call haters nowadays, despisers of that which is good, or those that are good, because we know what makes a man good. That Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. The law is good, man. Then it says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. So all these different things, they just going into sin, man. Traitors, you know what that is, being a backstabber, heady, being high-minded, smelling your own doo-doo. What it say? Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. So you love, dealing in, the pleasures of this world than, being a lover of God. You rather do a whole lot of sin, and because even like how Captain Jerubbaal say, sin feels good, man, for that moment, because in the end, hey, that it ain't gonna feel so good, man. Because hey, once you wind up in that lake of fire, hey, that's eternal damnation, man. You got eternal life and you got eternal damnation. Eternal damnation equals hurt. Eternal life means hey, peace, man. You ain't got to worry about these bills and being oppressed and all these different type of things, man. And then it says having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. So hey, even like how the Lord, he gives us talents, man. It's a form of godliness, man, when we go out there, teaching some brothers and sisters about their nationality and what they need to do in order to inherit the kingdom. But then, hey, if you using that for vainglory and stuff, hey, that goes into but denying the power thereof, man. You deny that, you think you doing it on your own, man. And then once you do that, hey, the Most High God, he give you over to your room. Then what? It says from such turn away. Hey, turn from this truth. But then reading on, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. So brothers that be smooth talking to women. One second, y'all. Let me see. Yeah. So got some more bad news, man. Brother Ezra, I throw some prayers for him. Dealing with his auntie. She going through some things. But anyways, like it says, brothers that be smooth talking to women. And that's why the Lord called them silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lust. We know those different type of lusts that they may go into, whether it be a threesome, laying with a married man, you know, laying with a brother that you ain't even married yet or proved yet, and a plethora of things. Then it says, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now that's them brothers that's, or sisters that's dealing in different type of doctrines, whether it be Egyptology, whether it be these different books like the book of Jasher, the book of Enoch, the book of Josephus, in certain aspects. If it don't line up with the Bible, we don't deal with it. But the Most High God, he said it to where, hey, these books, these 66 books plus the Apocrypha, man, this is all you need in order to make it to the kingdom, into the kingdom. Because we know in Second Ezra, it talked about it was 205 books that was 204 books that was made. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was made. But we understand that through history, that was always burning our stuff. So when the Lord said we was discontinued from our heritage, He really meant that thing, man. Because they burnt those books. But the Most High God, He always have a way of, getting this book back to us, man. Because even in the 1611 King James, yeah, they had over time they started taking the Apocrypha out of there. But all praise to the Most High God. Hey, we got that book back, man. But read it on. Well, no, that's all I wanted on that. It says, ever learning and ever able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Because, when you're dealing in these different type of books and doctrines, you'll never get you'll never get the knowledge of the truth, man, because you be trying to be too high-minded and too damn knowledgeable, but, trying to mix all these doctrines together, but that's not how the Most High God operate, man. He said His commandments are not grievous. He said them things are not hard to do, so why try to strive above measure or above that you are able, man. Stick to what you have learned, man. Con 204 books. I know it was 200 something, 204, 205. All praise, right? But next precept we're gonna get is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22. It's the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Read that again. Abstain from all appearance of evil. So, all appearance of evil, anything that's going contrary to what the Most High God said that He considers evil, hey, abstain from it, man. Stay away from it. If you know that you ain't built up to withstand those things, because we know that Christ, He was in the midst of sinners. Because we know that the law wasn't made for a righteous man. It was made, for sinners, of course. But if you're one of those brothers that can still get easily pulled into that thing, hey, stay back from it for a minute. And then once you get built up and you able to withstand that thing, then you go out, start teaching brothers and sisters, how to make it to the kingdom, and, teaching them a nationality, a plethora of other things. And then it says, and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray, God, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless until the coming of our Lord Yahweh. So, even like how Paul is saying, like whenever you have this, when the Most High God is sanctifying us, and He's, trying to make sure that your spirit is A1, man, or like as good as possible. Because that's what the Most High God wants. He wants us to be trying, man, trying to keep these commandments. Because ain't nobody just, we could be like honest about it. Ain't nobody just keeping these commandments 100%, like, what they say is 100% as far as like, without sin. Because every last one of us, we deal with a sin on a day-to-day basis, man. And we always trying to kill off that old man. That's why Paul said, I die daily. So, that be them brothers and sisters that be trying to be over righteous. And then, as soon as they do that, Most High God, get rid of them, man. And, burn them out. It's true. Because that be them brothers that be trying to, move through the ranks or trying to, like you said, break down all the precepts, have be precept king. Then eventually they hit a spiritual ceiling, as Capt Benaniyah say, man. Then true enough, they be at the truth. And you see them in front of the gas station smoking blunts. Or you see them at the West End, wearing a man wearing a dress or women wearing pants, eating pork, eating out the trash can, man. Most High God, that's why he said he a great and terrible God, man. Most High God, he can be as great as he possibly can for his people, but he can also be a terrible God to his people that ain't trying to hear him, man. But reading on, it says until the coming of our Lord Yahweh, because when Yahweh come back, man, there ain't gonna be no games played in that day. He's snatching what Kendrick Lamar said, he's snatching chains and burning tattoos, man, on the literal sense, man. Hey, probably snatch your damn spinal cord at your back like the Predator be doing, man. That's how Christ is coming back. Because if he see that you ain't, trying to do according to him, he ain't trying to hear it, man. And those gonna be the ones that ain't gonna make it to, the wilderness. And then those that do make it to the wilderness, it's gonna be some that still gonna try to go against the grain. They be like, well, I was taught this. Well, this doctrine, the Battle Axe doctrine, IUIC doctrine, WFI doctrine, SUC doctrine, and the plethora of the other camps, man. ISUPK doctrine, all these things. And then Christ gonna look at you crazy. He gonna be like, hey, ain't I'm the master teacher? Didn't I teach them? And then he gonna be off with your head and anybody else that got a problem with it, man. Because we gotta when in that day we're gonna have to subdue our own understanding, man. I'm talking about we're gonna have the clearest of the clearest mind, man. Anytime you feel like you finna think something corny, you better erase it, man, quickly. Because he can read minds. And the angels as with him, they can read it too, man. You're gonna give you that damn that Ike Turner look, man. That meme they got going around when Tina had said something, he looked back. That's how Christ is gonna be, man. Take you up out of here. But read it on. Faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it. Read that again. Faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it. So it says, faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it, man. So that also goes into not being a hypocrite in these things, man. Because, hey, if you telling this brother to do this, that, and the third, you best be doing this, that, and the third as well, man. But verse 25, brethren, pray for us. Hey, that's one of the shortest verses I've seen. You got some that's a little shorter, like Jesus wept. But it says, brethren, pray for us. So when you see that precept right there, man, that's all we need, man. We need a whole lot of prayer. Brethren, pray for us. Whenever a brother or sister be asking for some prayer, man, enter into your closet, because we ain't finna be like, TD Jakes and all them dudes, man. We ain't finna be open all out in the synagogues and, in the corners of other streets and stuff, man, trying to, pray and be seen to, man. We're gonna enter into our closet and we're gonna pray for our people. Even for the ones that ain't trying to do right. We're gonna pray that the Most High God see that if he have favor with them, or see if he can have favor with them, to bring them into the truth, man. Because they could very well be the 144,000, man, or they could be the 130 elect. But that's the Most High God's decision, man. But going on to the next precept, let's get Psalms chapter 23 and verse 4. Yeah, I know this is a Christian favorite. You know what I mean? I know when I was in Christianity, man, I used to always read it. Didn't know what the hell I was talking about, man. Just reading it. Because how you did the little programs and stuff, man, and they have you read the scripture. I read this mud almost all the time, man, but I didn't understand it. But then once I got into the truth, hey, he that good understanding have all they that do his commandments, man. But this the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So even like with America, man, or anywhere where our people's at, man, that's the valley of the shadow of death, man. This world right now, this Edomite kingdom, hey, this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. I'm talking about as soon as you walk out the door, yeah, you ain't even gotta walk out the door, man. You just turn on your TV or look at your phone. Sin is right there, man. The valley of death is right there. And then it says, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Because, hey, the Most High God, he ain't give us a spirit of fear, man. That's one thing our people fail to realize, man. Because, our people be talking about, man, what are we going to do? Donald Trump, he going to cause World War III. Or, what's that dude named? Elon Musk. He got our Social Security card information and, our bank statements and all this. Like, what you worry about it for, man? Don't you believe in the Most High God? Don't you believe that he'll get you out of these conditions? Like that. That's something that our people just got to shake up off of, man. Shaking off that weak nature, man. Because fear is a weak nature, unless you fear the Most High God, of course. Because there's a fear of wickedness, and then there's a fear of righteousness. Most High God said that you was gonna be in them curses, that we was gonna be fleeing from a shaking of a leaf, man, due to our disobedience. But it's also a righteous side of that fear, man. And that goes, fearing the Most High God, going to keeping his commandments, that is. But let me get that real quick. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 7. For God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we know even with the word, with our name, Israel, a prince that has power with God. That's that power we have, man. We have power with God. Then it says, and of love. Love goes into keeping the commandments. Hey, even if you loving your brother, you keeping the commandments. Leviticus 19 and 17. And of a sound mind. So, hey, having your conscience, clear, full on, trying to keep these commandments, man. But going back to Psalms 23 and verse 4. You read that from the top. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Because even like with Moses, in that day when he had his rod or he had his staff, opening up the Red Sea, but that was the Most High God's doing, man, for him to be in that mediator. And then right above him, or right behind us in that cloud, man, you have your house shot, man. These are all like signifying something, man. Well, it's another word that I'm looking for. I'll figure it out in a minute. But it says, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So all these things, represent something. I think that's the word. But anyways, but yeah, the Lord, hey, he's always with us, man. Because we know what a rod and a staff does, man. Hey, he can knock some people off their on their ass, in layman's terms, man. Hey, you got your little walking sticks, man. If you ever walked in the creek or walking at night, man, you have your little staff, a little rod. Hey, it signifies power as well, man. But going on to the next precept, let's get Psalms chapter 97 and verse 10. This is the book of Psalms chapter 97 and verse 10. Ye that love the Lord, hate evil. Read that again. Ye that love the Lord, hate evil. So if you're gonna love the Most High God, you gotta hate evil, man. I'm talking about no matter who it's from, if it's from Esau to damn Elam to damn Ishmael to damn Ham, to your own damn people, man. Mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, auntie, grandma, papa, man, cousins. If they doing some type of evil, man, you can't have respect to persons, man. You gotta hate that thing, man. Not hating them per se, but hating that evil way that they conducting in. Cause how you got family members that may they may be dealing in homosexuality. You gonna hate that thing, man. Cause the Lord said hate it. Same way like how I was bringing out in our class yesterday, man. Even on Facebook, there was a brother that was talking about that it's going against the commandments to hate the white man. And I'm like, the Lord did say hate evil. Ain't the so-called white man an evil person? Ain't they? Didn't they rape, rob, and murder our people on the throughout history and still throughout this very day, man, on a day-to-day basis? Whether they persecuting us and all these different type of things, man. But you talking about strangers and all that, and he understood that. But then he was trying to say that the other Israelites will be considered strangers to the Levites, since the Levites ain't have their own land. There was only, sacrificing. And then you have the strangers of the heathen, of course. But I'm like, Negro, if you got it, like how we break it down on names terms, if you got a brother from Judah and he go into the land of Issachar, he will be considered, yes, he's still his brother by default, but he'll still be considered a stranger, man. Just like if you let a brother or sister that you even in a congregation with, and you say if they fall on hard terms, they will still be considered a stranger, even in that aspect, man. But they'll still be your brother or your sister, man. So that it's a plethora of things, man. But overall, he was just trying to be an Edomite lover, man, because he even went into Gentiles and talking about the Lord is saving all nations, and I'm like, he trying to negate the fact that he didn't even try to deal with Revelations 21-12. Matter of fact, what he said was Revelations 21-12 is irrelevant, because then he started talking about what Noah and Abel, Adam and all them. But I'm like, all them brothers the Lord was dealing with, man. So therefore, in the regeneration, they are going to come back as Israelites, man. That was just that bloodline the Most High God chose before Israel was a thing or a name at that time, man. So, but knowledge is too high for a fool, man. But anyways, going back to this Psalms chapter 97 and verse 10, ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. We know who the saints is, man. Psalms chapter 50, Psalms chapter 148. He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked. So, hey, the Most High God, he's always delivering us out of the hand of the wicked, because, we've been through captivity after captivity after captivity. But then at the same time, the Most High God brought us out of captivity after captivity after captivity, man. And then, all praise to the Most High God. This is our last captivity. He going to have to bring us up out of this thing too, man, because he said he would. But then reading on, light is sown for righteous and gladness for the upright in heart. So he said, light is sown for the righteous and gladness for the upright in heart. So we know what the light is, Proverbs 6:23, these laws, statutes, commandments. Even with us, we are considered lights, man. Let your light so shine before men. Because when the Lord, when these men see your fringes on you, if they see you teaching on YouTube and all these different type of things, man, hey, that's a light. And you can, hey, you shining in a dark place, man. And then, hey, they open their eye, they be like, damn, this brother, he different, man. He don't carry himself like the average brother or sister, man. Damn, he don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Damn, he ain't hoeing out the system. Damn, he ain't smoking or drinking to get drunk. All these different type of things, man. And that's that seed, being planted, man. And then even water in some aspects, man. But the Most High God, he's gonna give that increase. You just shine that little light, hey, you let it shine, man. But and it says, "And gladness for the upright in heart." Because hey, we're glad to be in this truth, man. Yeah, it's been hard, but we are still glad I wouldn't trade this truth in for the world, man. Even like our Captain Jerubbaal said, and I stand on this too. I'd rather die. I'd rather the Most High God go ahead and get me up out of here than for me to go back into that world, man. Because that we all know that this world ain't got nothing to offer us, man. Like, because even though we had a whole lot of trouble in this truth when it come down to it, it still got the good times as well, man. Just to know that you are God's chosen people, man, that's more than enough for me. And then you get to keep these commandments. Then you get to keep the feast days. Then you get to love you on your brothers, man. You get to take your little days out of work. If the Lord, say do no serve out work, if your job let you, of course. And I mean, all these things, man. You doing everything in righteousness, man. So that is gladness of heart. And then what's to come is the kingdom, man. What more could you want, man? The Creator said that you are His chosen people. Out of all the nations of people, you are His chosen people, man. Hey, I'm glad as hell, man. And I know every brother and sister in this comment section, hey, I know they glad about it too, man. But reading on, rejoice in the Lord, ye righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of His holiness. Because you got to understand that, man. Most High guys, hey, every time we did, evil on the side of the Lord, the Most High God always had in the back of His head, I did say I ain't gonna cast my people off. I did say that I was gonna go back into my place until they acknowledge their offense. They are acknowledging their offense nowadays, where they are doing this, that, and the third, where they are trying. So I'm like, hey, the Most High God, He always remember what He said, man. Even though, hey, we pissed Him off. And He said He did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord was hot. I mean, even with that, man, the Most High God still had that love for him. It's even on like a smaller scale how you got your parents, man, and you may piss them off. I'm talking about they be hot. They don't even want to look at you, man. They tell you, hey, get out of my sight or get out of my face or whatever the case may be. Some aspects they may put you out for a little bit. But hey, nevertheless, hey, they still love you, man. Because they gonna come back into remembrance. They be like, hey man, bring your ass back to this house. Or hey, come here. Or, you can go ahead and come out your room or whatever the case may be, man. Then they talk to you, and then hey, it's good. But then hey, some aspects they'll give you a little punishment or whatever the case may be. But then eventually, hey, whom the Lord love you, He chasten. Hey, even with your child, whatever parent hey love his child, He gonna chasten them, man. But going on to the next precept, let's get Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. This is the book of Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? So who are going to do these things, man? Who's going to stand up for the Most High God? Who's going to go against the grain on these evildoers, man? And who's going to go against the grain on these workers of iniquity, man? We are. Yeah, I mean, because every last one of us, I mean, just about when we first got into this truth, we did have, I wouldn't say just fear more so, but like I guess shame, if that's a better word for it. Whenever we see, brothers out there, and then you new to the truth, and you be like, damn, I know him. I know him over there too. And he's like, but then once you shake off that shame, because the Lord said you should never be ashamed or confounded. And you like, man, forget what they talking about, man. Hey, if they don't talk to me no more, so be it. And then hey, you get in that groove, then you hold the post, then eventually what you wind up reading, and the next thing you know, you start teaching, man. Then you start doing classes online, and then you just add on to that, man. And you just do this thing with boldness, man. But of course in righteousness, and of course in humbleness, of course in meekness, man. Pride and puffed up and arrogancy, man. Can't do it like that. But But reading on, unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. You know, this King David, he said, hey, unless the Lord been my help, my soul would almost dwelt in silence, man. I mean, hey, I probably would have been dead by now, man, if it weren't for the Most High God. But all praises for that. Because, hey, the Most High God, he's the only one that's going to help us out of these conditions and help us to get out of this state of mind that we in. Because he did say we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Hey, these damn heathen nations, hey, they did a number on us, man, as well as ourselves, of course, man, because it started with us for our disobedience. But then these other these heathen nations, they added on to that thing, man. Started, hey, doing more than what they should. That's why the Most High God said, "That's all right, Esau, you the head honcho. You gonna serve them for 1,000 years, then you getting up out of here, man. How you kill cancer? Hey, get rid of it all. Hey, just like with Saul, hey, Saul would have did what he was supposed to do. We'll have to deal with these people, but hey, all prophecy has to be fulfilled, and it has to be done the way the Most High God said He wanted to be done, man. So that's why it happened, and that's why we always had the indignation towards them people, man. Even before I was in the truth, I always had. I'm like, even though I have, on my mama's side, her mama, Esau, but then her daddy, he Issachar. So even with them, I didn't really just rock with them like that. And it was just something. I'm like, yeah, they my people, but man, because like, and then once you got into the truth, you were like, damn, that's why. And then of course we watch these movies like what Mississippi Burning, Miss Jane Pittman, what Roots, and all these different type of movies, man. What Django, and then what Emancipation, with the one with Will Smith, and all these different type of movies, and it'll run you hot, man. You be like, damn, these people are dirty. These people are evil. Because ain't nobody in the whole world in their right mind finna just sit there and, butt break a man in front of his woman and child, or his wife and his child. Ain't no man in his right, or person that in their right mind is going to, give a baby, to an alligator, man. And make him alligator bait. Or hit a little nigger baby with a baseball bat, hanging them from a tree. Or like even with did it freeze out? Okay, con. But anyways, like I was saying, ain't nobody in their right mind gonna be doing these things, man, unless they just got uh a wicked imagination, man, or a wicked conscience, man. Now the Most High God did say, hey, y'all gonna do according to my anger, man. So everything they did to us, we're gonna do to them. Hey, double fold, man. Con, all praise, all praise. Now you all good, huh? Hey, Esau be messing with y'all Wi-Fi and internet and connection too, man, to prevent this word from coming out. Said, yeah, it do be hard, huh? Because I know even with me and Israel, and my uncle, we was talking about it. It's like Issachar, hey, they be uppity as hell, man. Some of them, because you do have some good Issachar. Shout out to brother Jose and brother Moses, well, and brother Jose, Shalaki, brother Jose. But you know, like so, even with them, man, you do have a whole lot that they be tripping with. I'm trying to, they'll look at you crazy. They'll bump into you without saying excuse me. They have an attitude with you. Yeah, as soon as you get like a higher position, hey, they be envious of it. But then, hey, Judah at the same time, the Southern Kingdom, we be vexing them too, man. But that's all prophecy, even in that what is it, Isaiah chapter 11. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. But that's all part of you gotta get worse, before it get better, man. But we do know that, hey, that's prophecy being fulfilled, so we can't deny that we ain't them people, man. Just further proof. This the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, and verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Because even with it saying that, like Ephraim, one of the main reasons, Ephraim tend to vex Judah or like to envy Judah is because, Christ, of course, that's one, on a smaller scale, that because Christ, he come from, the tribe of Judah, and they may feel some type of way about it. I'm like, ain't nothing feel a way about, man, because Christ is for you too. Even though y'all the northern kingdom and we the southern kingdom, hey, the Lord, he ain't finna have no respect to persons. If you keeping his commandments, hey, you gonna be going through one of them gates, man. But the scepter is, in Judah, man, due to Christ coming out of that bloodline or coming out of that lineage. But then it says, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Because how may we vex Ephraim? We may vex them by like, something like, talking about they can't drive, talking about they built funny. There's a plethora of things, man, when we be vexing Ephraim, man. So we ain't innocent either, man. We are not innocent either. But nevertheless, hey, we know we them people. When you can prove that, man. But going back to that Psalm chapter 94. 94 in verse 17 again. Well, yeah, verse 17. Unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said, my foot slipped, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. So, King David talking about when my foot slipped, Lord, when I went off, hey, thy mercy held me up. Because, hey, man, and that just goes to that Proverbs 24:16, well-known precept, a precept that pack a punch, man. It said, hey, just man falling 7 times. Hey, my foot slipped, but I'm gonna rise up again and try it again. And that's what the Lord's mercy is, because he gonna give you that strength to try again. Now, if he see you a brother that's trying to, that's gonna fall and gonna stay into mischief, and like, continue to do it without trying to, critique yourself or do better the next time, he ain't finna waste his time with you, man. Like, cause like how we say, man, somebody gotta be the 2/3, man. We got to be blunt about it. Somebody got to be the 2/3, man. But going on to the next precept, let's get Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. We started at 33. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in heaven. So, hey, and this is in red letters, so we know that's Christ talking. He said, but whosoever shall deny me before men. So if you out here denying Christ, when Christ was an Israelite and you were Israelite, but you still not doing what Israelites are supposed to be doing, he says, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in heaven. So, hey, he gonna deny you in front of the Father, man. And hey, that's a fair trade, man. Hey, because hey, whatever him like it, him can get. You deny me, I'm gonna deny you in front of the Father, man. Plain and simple. We're reading on. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. So this is going into another thing that got to get worse before it get better. Because it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have your own family members, selling you out to, these heathen, Edomites, of course, at the head of it, they over here. Hey, that nigga over there. Oh, he stay over there. Oh yeah, last time I seen him, they was on the corner over there. Are you gonna give me some money? Oh yeah. He back there. He back there in the room. He laying down. He sleep. This is off day. All these different type of things, man. He said, I am not come to send peace on earth, but a sword. So even like you know, with all these wars going on, because I did jump the gun, but you know, finna touch on that. But you know, all these wars is going on. You know, even with among ourselves, black on black crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, black on Hispanic crime, Hispanic on black crime. Uh, you know, Northern Kingdom versus Southern Kingdom, and all these different type of things, man. So all these wars is just going on because while the physical wars and corner wars is going on, it's also a spiritual war that's going on at the same time, and it's just gonna be hectic, man. That's why you see what wildfires going on one side of America. Then on the other side of America, you see what it had froze over. Then in the other side of America, you know, going up, what you got uh probably what a food shortage. And in the bottom part of America, you got what the cartel running rampant. You know, getting the Gulf of Mexico changed to the Gulf of America and all these different type of things. Hey, you got that damn orange bastard in the office. So I'm like, all these things is not peaceful because, hey, I ain't gonna lie, even though he a bastard, indeed, hey, he is wrapping things up, man. And the Lord did choose the right damn food to put in that office, man. Because, you know, even though he's raising things up, hey, just like how we said, raise it. Hey, he raising it, all right. You know, raising these taxes, raising up more you know, empty households, you know, even when it come down to like, you know, financial, you know, statuses, period, man. Then you got Elon Musk right there alongside with him being a teacher's pet, you know, taking everybody's information. Then what is Donald Trump doing? Well, he basically saying F everybody. So what Moab, what Ishmael, you know, Iran, Iraq, well, all them people, hey, he just say, hey, I don't care, man. I'm gonna do it my way, man. But then on the flip side, he banned what homosexuality to be taught in schools and you know to be on TV and stuff like that. He trying to, you know, get rid of all that. Then they were talking about with the segregation, trying to bring that back into fruition. I mean, hey, all praise for that, man. Because I mean, we was better off with them anyway. Even like in the Great Depression, we was good. That was them that was struggling, man. But then lo and behold, they gotta have their hand in every single thing. And that's why even with Black Wall Street and a plethora of other places, that's why these places got destroyed and bombed, man. Because you know, wherever they go, they do not leave, man. Like even with the war situation, when they had what the Vietnam War, they got a base in Vietnam. When they had on Pearl Harbor, you know, they got that place. What in Japan, they got a place there. What Iran, Iraq, they got a place there. So it's like if they have a war in Hawaii, they gonna have a place there, man. And that just lines up with prophecy, man. How you know that these are the Edomites according to the Bible, or Esau according to the Bible, because they are a fugitive and a vagabond. Wherever they don't have no damn home. Wherever they go, they make that their home, man. That's why they kill, conquer, and destroy on a day-to-day basis, man. But go on here and read on. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother. So it said a man's gonna be against his father, you know, son against father, father against son. Then it says, and the daughter against her mother, daughter against mother, mother against daughter. It says, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. It said, what the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law, mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law. You know, they even put these things in the movies, man. Where you had the son, and then you have his wife, and then the mama of the son, she don't never just too much like the you know the mother, what the daughter-in-law or whatever the case may be, man. That's how the Most High God, you know, setting this thing up. But reading on. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Because you know, this can go into like, you know, a smaller aspect of like the people that you deal with, or this can go into as we are the house of Israel. It said a man's foes shall be of them of his own household, man. So if this household, the house of Israel, we do have foes among this mother, or we do have enemies among it, man. And that's how the Most High God, he's setting that thing up, man. You know, because that's how he's gonna try us, like how I was saying in the beginning of the class. But reading on, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. So if you love a father, mother, because you know, of course, he named it father and mother, but you know, he talking about family members or friends, period, man. If you love them more than you love me, he says, then me or love he that loveth father and mother more than me is not worthy of me. So you're not worthy of Christ, man. And you're not worthy of the Most High God, of course. So hey, you do with that as you will. Hey, mama and daddy said this, that, and the third about the Bible, but then when you actually open this book and it says contrary to what they're saying, hey, that's you picking a side. Are you gonna take their word for it? Or are you gonna take the Most High God's word for it? Just like what something as small as what Romans chapter 9 and verse 13, as it is written. They say the Lord in the Bible, it don't say nothing about hate or that the Lord hated anybody. You read that Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. There it is. Then even with the Ecclesiastes chapter 3, man. And that's another precept they always tend to bring out in Christianity. A time to love and a time to hate. So what hate don't mean what it means anymore. Whenever you read that, and our people just read straight over it, man, on a day-to-day basis. And well, maybe the Lord is just all love. But he's not all love. He's hate too. That's why he put that in there. Because it was a point in time where hey, we the Most High God, he had a hatred for the things that we was doing, and he even have a hatred towards, you know, some of our people, man. And he's gonna have a hatred towards, you know, our people, man. When it come down, you know, to certain things that we do. Now, of course, you know, that goes to like that 2/3, and then you got the 1/3 and 144,000 that he is gonna love, man. So there's a period of time where the Most High God, he did hate us, man. But nevertheless, he did not cast us out, man. And that's just the mercy and, you know, and glory the Most High God has on us. But reading on, he that loveth father or he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So if you ain't taking up your cross, man, because you know it's not talking about like a physical cross, but it's talking about like all these burdens and trials and tribulations that you're going through. If you ain't taking up your cross, man, and marching with Christ, you ain't worthy of him, man. Because the Lord, that's one thing about Christ. He don't want no damn weak soldiers, man. Because yeah, carnally, yeah, our flesh is weak. But he said, even like how he said, when I'm weak, I'm strong because hey, Christ is the one that's gonna make you strong, man. And that's plain and simple. Taking up these commandments too. God. Taking up these commandments too. God, all praises. Yeah, so all that, man. Hey, the Lord don't want no weak soldier, man. He said, therefore be a good soldier of the Lord, man, or of Christ. A good soldier is gonna be strong, man. That's gonna be one of his attributes, man. And even if you do get weak, hey, he gonna strengthen you even in those times, man. If you see that you trying to be wholehearted and diligent in this thing, man. But reading on, verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So it said, he that findeth his life shall lose it. So if you find in your life, you living your best life in this captivity, not saying that we can't have good things, not saying that you can't be wealthy, but if hey, where your mind is, or where your treasures is, your that's where your heart will be also, man. So hey, even with that, man, you still have to have discernment, man, because if you know that you can get your Sabbaths off and you still working on the Sabbath purposely, you know, trying to get the bag, once I got he ain't trying to hear that. Now, of course, you know, we do got to make ends meet. Now, if you ain't got no choice, that's something different, man. But if you doing that thing purposely, hey, that's something different too. Where it says, where he that Well, he that findeth his life shall lose it. Then it says, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So we lose our life in this truth, man, or lose our life for his sake, you know, dying for what's right. Because I'd rather die for what's right than for what's wrong, man. Hey, you know, because you got people that's dying before their time in wickedness. Yeah, I'm dying in righteousness, man. Because we know that, of course, the dead in Christ gonna rise first, man. So, hey, if you dying for him, best believe, hey, you gonna rise up, man. And you gonna be able to see it, that glorious day, man. Be able to make it to the kingdom, man. Because anybody that lose their life, you know, for Christ, hey, you gonna rise up first and you gonna be in that kingdom, man. That's like a damn near an automatic spot in the kingdom. So I'm like, hey, if the Lord see me fit to, hey, die for the truth, hey, you know what I mean, because I know I say, and every other brother and sister may say, man, I'm willing to die for this truth, man. Even when we be out there at the West End, and I be looking at these buildings and stuff, it be people up there, you know, watching us. It'll be in drones flying over us. God, all praise, good precept about it. But yeah, all these different you know drones and people, you know, watching us, what bringing the police down there. Like, hey, if this is it, Lord, hey, this is it. You know, I'm willing and I'm ready. You know, but going on to the next precept. Well, next verse. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. So it's a trickle down effect. So say if you're a brother that's teaching, he said, he that receiveth you receiveth me. So if he receiving like the words that you were saying, of course, according to the Most High God, you know, this Bible, then it says, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. So if he receiving you and receiving the words that's coming at your mama, thus said the Most High God, then he's receiving, you know, the Most High God, which had, you know, that has sent me. You know, so you being received from, he being received by you, being received by Christ, and being received by the Most High God, man. You know. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. I ain't pulled this precept in a while, man, but y'all know what it is. This is the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? So go ahead, go to that John chapter 8 and verse 45, because I don't know, for the longest time I always put these together, man. Because it's like it's completing a sentence. Hey, that's why the Lord said precept must be upon precept, man, because it all makes sense. He says, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. So even with that, man, that's why you're gonna have enemies of your own household, man. Because hey, I'm telling you the truth, according to the Most High God. Am I now become your enemy? And because I tell you this truth, you believe me not. So you became my enemy, and you still believe me not, man. And then that's gonna make you have that mindset where, hey, I'm gonna sell this brother out. I'm gonna sell this sister out. Man, damn, what he talking about? Because hey, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna eat my pork to the rooter to the tutor. I'm still gonna eat my shrimp, crab, and lobster. Good. I'm still gonna eat what they gonna be talking about eating alligator and what elephant and shark and what frogs and turtles. Like all these different type of things, man. Our people eat squirrel, possum, hell, horses. I'm like, damn, like, the Most High guys, hey, he gave you what you supposed to, what you can eat, what you can't eat, man. And then that's why in them days, hey, one is what mouse, can't forget them, man. You got Moab, and you got our people talking about, man, hey, that's some good ass mouse. That's some good ass rat. That's some good ass cat dog, man. You know, yeah, we understand our food is defiled, man. But hey, if you know for a fact that that's rat, dog, and cat, stop it, man. But anyways, that's why the Most High God said in that Isaiah chapter 66, man, one behind the tree eating swine's flesh, hey, and eating the mouse shall all be, be consumed together, man. Because the Lord, he ain't trying to deal with that, man. You eating all these abominable foods that he told you not to eat, but you doing it anyway, man. That's having that evil mind. That's being a foe to the Most High God. Because anybody that love this world, you're an enemy to the Most High God, man. You're enmity with the world, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Matthew chapter 22 and verse 14. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22, and verse 14. It says, "For many are called, but few are chosen." So, I was going to read the whole thing. Well, verse 9 on down. You know how we usually read. But it says, "For many are called, but few are chosen." And that's just plain upon tables, man. Many of us are called to do the work of the Most High God. But, hey, only few are chosen. Only few is going to be that chosen and making it to the kingdom, man. Because, hey, some people, they be in it for a season, going into like the 4 different type of Israelites, man, like that Mark 4 and 4, or, jumping up and it goes to like which Israelite is which, man. You got some that be here for a time. You got some that built their house on stony ground. And, you got the ones that, adhere until the end. I mean, you got the ones that build their foundation on nothing but, soft material, roughly paraphrasing, but I'm like, you gonna want to be one that last Israelite, man, the one that endured until the end. And every last one, because I know Captain Jerubbaal, he had brought this out, and that it really stuck with me, man. That's true enough. Like he was saying that every last one of us dealt with every last one of them different type of Israelites, man. We all went through those stages, because that's basically what it is, different stages, man. But whether you gonna stick it out, that's what matters. Because some, stop at the first Israelite, some stop at the second, some stop at the third. Then you got some that's, that fourth Israelite that's still trying to, steady endure it, and and then endure to the end. But going on to the next precept, let's get Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. Okay. Lamentations, where you at? There it is. It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 17. "As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and we have watched for a nation that could not save us." So even with this precept, that's something else that's gonna, just get worse over time, man. Are people cooning out, instead of just looking for master, to save us out of our conditions. But I'm like, hey, Donald Trump showing you, if he can't show you, then you sure enough is sick, man, to have a delusion on you. Because Donald Trump, he telling you one thing, but then when it comes down to his actions, they not lining up, man. Yeah, because it's been hard. Hey, this mean season ever since he got into office, man. Hey, it's been terrible, man. But hey, nevertheless, hey, Lord love it, he chasing. But he says, "In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us." How can these people save us, man? Because we're gonna get that second Maccabees 4 and 15. But how can these people save us, man? If they doing all this to us, why would you try to go to them for some saving, man? That's some damn my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge 101 right there, man. You want these people to save you, but you see what they doing to us on a day-to-day basis. Make that make sense, man. That's like you sticking your damn hand in a pit of snakes and they bite you, But then you want that same snake to nourish you back to health, man. After he done pumped you with his venom. Like, come on, man. And then even on with the spiritual aspect, that's exactly how Esau is, man. They are like damn snakes. They already bit you, but then you want that ass to come save you, man, and pump the venom back at you. Actually, this is exactly what he's supposed to do. Where would he take people? And kind of that's true enough. Like that's quite natural. Hey, we trying to be separated, man. That's why I say it's our praise on that one, man. If that law do get passed, for segregation, hey, we won't miss you, man. We will not miss you. Cause hey, then we'll be able to invest our money. Cause I know our people always talking about y'all need to start investing in black businesses. Y'all need to start spending y'all money at black businesses and all that. But I'm like, Negro, you got some black businesses that take usury of your brother, man, or they brother. He has some that try to charge an arm and a leg, but I'm like, yeah, if I go with them, yeah, they charge less, man. You already know our financial circumstances ain't as good, but then once we get start dealing with each other and with the segregation and stuff, when we come together, then we'll be able to manage the money better and flow. But then again, most I got he gonna have his hand in that thing to where it probably fall through, probably won't come into fruition, man, because he ain't gonna do no, he really ain't just gonna do no separating until when we get into that wilderness, man. So even if that thing do happen, just know what comes behind it. Esau, they coming right back, trying to get their hand into that thing, man. Yeah, it is. But reading on, verse 17 from the top. As for us, our eyes is yet failed for our vain help, and our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps. And sure enough, people hunt our steps, man. If you don't think they hunting our steps, you got to be out your mind. I'm talking about, even with me being on this live, think they ain't hunting my steps, or even with y'all that's commenting in there, you think they ain't hunting their steps, man, or y'all steps? Even like just us going out to the West End or going out to the highways and byways, period. You think they ain't hunting our steps? Yeah, even the people that's not even in the truth. Think they ain't hunting their steps, man? Talking about police patrolling everywhere, drones everywhere. Damn, TV probably watching, your phone watching, and they hunting your steps because you got to think about it, man. I'm talking about you could be talking about something to somebody, and all of a sudden that thing pop up on your phone as soon as you open it. Yeah, sometimes you ain't even got to say nothing. You could just be thinking it, man, and that thing will pop up on your phone. That's what type of when the Lord said that wise in Daniel, he really meant that thing, man. Because how in the hell do you have some type of technology to the point where a person could just think something and it pop up on their phone? Like, these some crafty bastards, man. When the Lord said they are the sword, his sword, he meant that thing, man. Because ain't no telling what type of technology they got, man. Because the CIA and all them, they have that stuff. In the what's the word I'm looking for? Like I guess you could say woodworks, where they have them put up, stashed up, and they ain't brought it out to the forefront just yet. But then so lo and behold, they start bringing those things out into the forefront. Then you be like, damn, they been had this. Because one thing with creating something, even though we the creators of all things, because best believe they have one of our brothers and sisters, creating these things, man. These wicked devices and stuff. and then using it for their use and taking credit for it. But what they using these things, man, and they just doing according to what the Lord told them to do, man. Being the sword to whoop us back into submission. But hey, it is what it is, because the Most High God, he said, "Hey, I put him on you, and I'm the same one that's gonna take you up off of. Well, I'm the one that's gonna take him up off you, man." But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Second Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15. Yeah, man. But this is the book of Second Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15. Not sitting by the honors of their fathers. So it says they not sitting by the honors of their fathers, going to see the Israelites. They not, interested in the honors of their fathers and what their fathers was doing. But it says, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all. So we know the Grecians is, the original Greeks. They was, the dark-skinned complexion, man. But then, hey, all them, Alexander the Freak, the four generals and all them, hey, they took the place of them. And then, they became the Grecians or the Greeks. It says, and like in the glory of the Grecians, best of all. Because one thing you can, say about them people, when it come down to the art of war, hey, they do know it. But they took it from our God, man. Because Exodus 14, 15 and 3, it said the Lord is a man of war. I was thinking 14, he said, the Lord shall fight for you, he shall hold your peace. That's another good one. But Exodus 15 and 3, the Lord is a man of war. That's where they get all these different type of what they call flankings or the high grounds, or like even like how they take the substance of the people's land, like taking their women, their children, their cattle. All this is in the Bible, man. This is where they get it from. But hey, but verse 16, by reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers. So they got them being both of them, man. One day they be your enemies, you can't stand them. Next day you going to them talking about save me, Tom, or I love you, Tom. Man, he's racist, Tom. And then it's like, hey, we know what the word Avengers mean, even like how they got the movie or the Marvel characters talking about them type of adventures, man. And what they did, they was saving people, so to speak, even though they was tearing up the damn city. And that's what Esau do. Hey, he Avenger, yeah, he probably saved you for that time being. But hey, best believe he ain't got no car no more. He ain't got no house no more because he done tore it up. But reading on, whose customs they follow so earnestly. So they follow these customs earnestly, man. I'm talking about to the fullest. Hey, if y'all done seen Boondocks, we all know how Uncle Ruckus was, man. If that wasn't the biggest coon in history of cartoon and history, hey, I don't know what it is, man. Or even, because I will say, Steph, he came close to him. He probably up there with him. They probably neck and neck. From Django, man, Samuel Jackson. Hey, who's that nigga on that nag, man? So you got our people. You got some of our people that's like that, man. And they follow their customs so earnestly, man. Talking about they love the white man's dirty draws. That's Capt Benaniyah be saying. But whose customs they follow so earnestly, and unto whom they desire to be like in all things. So they want to be like them people in all things, to the point where all women are dyeing their hair blonde, putting blonde hair in their head, putting horse hair in their head, to make it look like their hair. The men blonde in their damn hair. The men wearing the damn shorts that the so-called white men be wearing, talking like them. Because I know I had seen that, and people talking about it's ignorant for for our people to talk about how some of our people talk, proper, and all that. And I'm like, well, you just think about it, man. This ain't our language, no damn way. Yeah, they say 4, we say 4. They say more, we want more. Yeah, they say door, we say door. So I'm like, hey, we don't give a damn about this language, man. And when it comes down to our original language, that Hebrew, that Kahala, Yahweh, Shema Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, hey, that's what we care about, man. Because we know our language has power, man, and it pack a hell of a lot harder than compared to this English language, man. Because that's like even with somebody that got like a sword or something, man. Like even with David's situation. He the dude, they were trying to give him a sword and a shield. And David was like, no, I just want that slingshot and I want them smooth rocks, man. That's the same way with that, man, with our language. We tried our language, man. It's good. It feel good to use it. But then when it comes down to this English language, which is retarded anyway, because you got words that spell the same, but then when you pronounce them, they different. They sound different all of a sudden. Then you have words that may that say that's spelled different, but saying the same thing, man. You got three different definitions of the word there. I'm like, man, but that's neither here nor there. No pun intended. But reading on, for it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time following shall declare these things. So, hey, so those that want to be hands on their hand with them people, man, hey, he said it is not a light thing to go contrary to his laws. Because best believe you're going to have to answer for that, man. They already getting their judgment. We know judgment, hey, it's going to start with the house of Israel first. So, well, y'all gonna get y'all judgment first, but hey, they stuff is already set in standard, man. It's already written in stone. The Lord said, hey, Jacob was gonna be a fire, and Joseph gonna be a flame, man. And Esau for stubborn. But going on to the next precept, let's get Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6. This is the book of Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. So even if you don't own a farm or something and you planting, you sow much, but you bring in little. Or even on the aspect of you working your job, you worked all these hours, but you still bringing in little. Because that, and that's crazy, man. Because me, my pops, and my brother, we had dealt with it, yesterday, really. We usually get paid like around, well, me and my pops said we get paid like around 7:30 p.m. on a Thursday. So what? 7:30 passed. We were like, all right, because they been late before. So we were like, all right, we set it out. 8:30 came, 9:30 came, 10:30 came, 11:30 came. I'm probably asleep by now. 1:30 and 2, like probably like 2:36. My brother had called me and he was like, did you get paid yet? I like, nah. But then when I looked at my phone, I seen that I did. So then that was that. So then next thing I know, usually I transfer my money, to Cash App, because Brinks, that's a whole nother story, man. That's the card that they issue out to us. And I figured out their little game. Since they got the information to our cards and stuff, since they issuing them out, they somehow, some way they be paying their own little bills, man. That's the Haggai 1 and 6, man. But then, so I figured it out. So I went ahead, anytime I get paid, I'll send it over to Cash App. And I send it to my brother, then he'll send it back to me. No problem. Today, I tried to send that mud to my Cash App, wouldn't let me. So, eventually it let me send it to my brother. Then they won't let him send it back. But then eventually we got it, situated. But I'm like, they over here taking, dollars, a dollar at a time every time I did it, because I tried it a couple of times. And I'm like, hey, because I'm like, you already take, what you're going to take out. Then as soon as you hit our car, you take an additional, $2 out. And now all of a sudden, now you charging, to take out money for me to transfer it over to Cash App when they ain't never did that before. So I'm like, man, taxes is just steady amping up, man. And that's the Hag I 1-6, man. Even when you put in all that overtime, the more you make, the more they take, man. But reading on, ye eat, but ye have not enough. So, even with our financial circumstances, like as far as buying food, because groceries back then, man, if you had food stamps, or hey, even if you had like a good paying job, hey, you can have 2 basketfuls of food, man, and be set for the whole month, if not longer. But then now, it'll probably a loaf of bread, with some eggs, some milk, with some lunch meat, here's some noodles. What else? Things that you may drink, water. All that is easily over $150, man. Easily nowadays, man. And then don't even get me started on like the organic stuff. You'll be paying more, with that, man. And then like how's bringing that, like say if your pops, he been working, all day, and y'all bought a box of chicken, and it was one last piece in there, from the day before. Shit, your pops, he looking forward to eating that last piece of chicken. But then as you get in from school, you eat it. So when he come in, he open up the refrigerator, open up the stove, and he see the chicken is gone. Hey, he be pissed off about it, man. Cause he like, man, I worked all this time, man. Pops don't just be tripping like that. You got some that will, just act a complete ass. But you have your pops that be chilling out. He probably won't say nothing about it, but you'll see it all over his facial expression, man. Like, damn, man, I wanted that chicken, man. But hey, it says ye eat, but ye have not enough, man. Cause hey, this stuff that we be having, it be gone with a matter of days, man. But reading on, ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. So even when you got even with like on barbershop, man, how we talking about Eve, when she said she wrote her name on her apple juice and everything, and somebody went in there and drunk her apple juice. She was pissed off about it, man. Or even like how y'all brothers that be drinking the beer and stuff, man. Somebody go in there, crack it, open your last little beer, and you be mad about it, man. But he said, "Ye clothe you, but there is none worn." And we all know about hand-me-downs, man. I'm talking about that shirt or a pair of pants or socks or drawers. They go from generation to generation. I remember a stripe. I remember that mud like yesterday, man. It was like bluish black with gray stripes on it. Talk about what my uncles had it, cousins had it, then I had it. Then I think my little brother had it also, man. And that mud went from generation to generation, man. And then we know the muds be having holes. You got socks and drawers that may have holes in them, man. Hey, that muds don't be worn. And then it says, and he that earned wages to put it into a bag filled with holes. Well, a bag with holes. And that's self-explanatory, man. It's like every time, as soon as you get paid, you get to think, you be like, damn, I gotta pay my electric bill. Damn, it's the first again. I gotta pay my rent. Damn, I gotta pay my phone bill. This dude. Damn, I gotta pay utility bills. Damn, I gotta pay so and so back for letting me borrow some money last week. Damn, I gotta pay a car note. I'm like, hey, as soon as you get them wages be gone, man. And then that's why a lot of brothers and sisters be living paycheck to paycheck, man. Just to make ends meet, man. Cause I'm like, hey, it be hard, man. Yeah, you got jobs that may pay well, but at the same time, even with them, man, if you trying to like live lavishly and all these different type of things, hey, you gonna have a bag filled with holes too, man. But going on to the next precept where it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways." So hey, we gotta consider these things, man, because the only reason we going through these different type of things is because hey, our disobedience, man. But going on to the next precept, let's get Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. See, these are some of the worst things that, they just get worse about a day, man. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. So, if anybody, even with our own people, he says, you can tell me what's best. What you mean, Shamat? Man, you ain't lying, brother Lamar. You need 2 to 3 jobs, just to make ends meet, man. Especially in this day and age, you need 2 sources of income. Let me see. Like yeah, actually, Are you talking about with your wife? Brother Shemek. Yeah, actually, I mean, even with that, you laid with her already, so you got to deal with that. Now, I will say this. I'm gonna give you this real quick, and I'm gonna get back to the class. And it's the only way. But other than that, you got to stick that thing out, man. Because back then, you in the aspect of like Moses, he was giving brothers, the bill of divorcement. But like then when you came to the New Testament, when Christ was speaking on it, he said in the beginning it wasn't so. So you couldn't put your wife out back then either, beforehand. But then the Lord allowed Moses to do so in that time period because they were vexing Moses, man. Running Moses crazy. So just for that period of time. But then once Christ gave that understanding, that's what we go based off of. Because Moses, he didn't teach contrary to what Christ spoke on, but because he taught the same thing. That's why even with Christ, he said, "Hey, had you believed Moses, you would believe of me because he wrote of me." So that was basically like a precursor for that period of time. But let me get this. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 14. Verse 13. And the woman, well, let me see. Start at verse 12. But to the rest speak I not, the Lord. If any brother had a wife that believed not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. So if she like, even though she ain't keeping the Sabbaths and all these different type of things out, or the feast days and none of that, you're still commanded, to stay with that woman. Because you do know, like, we're gonna touch on it. But it says, and the woman which had not had in husband that believeth not, and he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife. So if the wife believes, in keeping the commandments, being in the truth, that unbelieving husband, he's sanctified. But reading on, uh, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. So even with your wife or with her circumstances, she'll be sanctified because you were in the truth. But read it on. Elsewhere, your children unclean, but now are they holy. So due to one of y'all being in the truth, even if y'all got children together, y'all still be considered clean. Well, the children will be considered clean. Now, this is the point. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God had called us to peace. So it's basically saying, if say if your wife, she wanted to depart, if she wanted to depart, let her depart, because if somebody in such cases, those brothers and sisters, they are not under bondage, to you. So they want to, leave you, and they don't want to get down with the get down. Then hey, you go ahead and let them go. That's the only way. Now on the flip side, you got the only way y'all can separate or like get away from each other is if she commit fornication or adultery, that is. So that's the only way. If she decide to leave, the unbelief, she decided to leave on her own, or if she committed, adultery. So that's the only way out. Does that make sense? Because I'm even gonna get that Matthew chapter 19 and verse 9. I said that's gonna be the precept right there, but get you there's one more. Because the Lord say prove all things, so we're gonna touch on that. Even with other brothers and sisters that may, have that issue. But this is the book of Matthew chapter 19 and verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery. And whoso married her which is put away, doeth commit adultery. So this is red letter. So this is Christ talking. So he says, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery. So even with that, so if she do like did something with another man or whatever the case may be, then that's when you can go ahead and get up out of there. You free from that person. You ain't got to stay because her land will be defiled and it's a plethora of other things. Now, if you on that side, like say if she went ahead and try to marry somebody else, even though she say if the dude she lay with, and she laid with him and she try to marry him, she'll be committing adultery, man, because she already did that as is when she laid with him, but she married that marriage when it stand on in that aspect. But unless it's for fornication, that's the only way. So if she ain't with it, I don't see how it's going to be a healthy relationship. Yeah. So if she ain't did that, that's all that is. And I mean, I see what you're saying. It says if she ain't with it, I don't see how that'll be. And hey, most I got he got the last say so. But you being in this truth, you gotta set that standard. You gotta set the be that light, for her. So right now she may be hard headed, she may be going against the grain. But if she see you like sticking with it and continuing to build yourself in this truth, then hey, who's to say the Most High God won't bring her to the fold? Because of course they the weaker vessel in that aspect, so it may take them longer to come into this truth. Because you just got to remind yourself, when you first got into this truth, you weren't holding yourself to them same type of standards. You was being a little lenient with yourself. So then whenever the Lord give you a taste of your own medicine and she's like not doing according to what you say, it's like you just got to meditate on what you was doing with the Lord when you first got into the truth, if that makes sense. So the Most High God, he ultimately has the same say, the last say so in that. Yeah, that's why proving a friend is important, man. If you don't prove a friend, hey, boy, it 9 times out of 10 always goes south, man. Yeah, and that's why the Lord, ultimately put a man, over the congregation and in charge of the other woman, man, because hey, we don't lead off our emotions, even though you have brothers that was women raised and they tend to go based off their emotions. But in the beginning, it wasn't so, because Adam, he did do according to the Lord, but then hey, he gave in at the at the last end, man. So that's why we go through that now. But see, women, they tend to act off out of emotions, man. And then the Lord, he knows it, because when a woman is on her flower, on her cycle, hey, ain't no telling what the hell she'll do. So just imagine if the Lord put the woman in office like where Donald Trump is right now. Hey, he could very well say she on her stuff. Hey, she may very well blow us all up, man. you know. And that's just something to think on, man. But you just pray and fast on those things, man. Continue to speak with brothers on that, man. You know, to keep your spirit, uplifted. And yeah, your house shot is our head. But let's get back to the precept. Let's get Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. Because we do know the Most High God, he did scatter us, man, to the four corners of the earth. So, hey, ain't no denying that. Because last time I checked, them people over there that claim to be us, they ain't scattered to the four corners of the earth, man. But for a reproach and a curse. So it's for like our correction. It's not for our destruction. And it says, and for a curse and a curse. Sure enough, we are cursed as a nation of people, man. We know what we go through. We're going to touch on them, some curses too, concerning our health. And it says, and to be subject to payments. We already know, subject to every payment you can name, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. So, because our forefathers did what they was doing, now we got to answer for it. And that's what I don't understand why people, tend to bring this up. They be like, well, not all white people are bad. But I'm like, okay, not all Israel was, just going off. But because of all the iniquities of our forefathers, that's why we are, paying for those things, man. So same way with them, just like how Isaiah 14:21 says, prepare slaughter for their children. So all the iniquities that they was doing, hey, they children got to answer for that too, man. Because you got to think about it. It is a such thing as regeneration. So in this lifetime, they probably ain't doing nothing, but they still are, benefiting off those things that their forefathers did. And in that regeneration back then, that could very well be one of them, man. And it is one of them here, you know. Con, all praises, Shemit, you know. But next precept we're gonna get is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are not a prey. Well, they are for a prey, Shalaki. And none believe it, and none deliver it. For a spoil, and none said restore. Like, let me read that again. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. We all robbed and spoiled, man. Talking about robbed for every little thing that we have. And then it says we are spoiled, man. We are the spoils that they shipped off on them ships and sold. It says they are all of them snared in holes. Yeah, that could be a spiritual hole, that could be a physical hole. Hey, on the physical aspect, we could be in even like how to say if a brother or a sister, do something in prison. Hey, what they say, put them in a hole, or then even like in a financial hole, or different type of holes, man. It's something that's preventing us from achieving and prospering, man, as a nation of people. And it says, and they are hid in prison houses. We know our people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as a majority, we make up a majority of the prison population. And then you have a plethora of them that do be innocent, man. But then years down the line, people want to come out and say that brother was innocent. But then I'm like, you want to try to give them a little reward because money can't fix that, man. You can give a man all the money in the world, but if he spent 40-something years of his life in prison, 50-something years of his life in prison, you can't give that back, man. Now, Lord's will, brothers like that or sisters like that, they get into this truth and they have to have eternal life like that, man. And be as free as they possibly can be, man. Keeping these laws, that is. Yeah, me either. It be pissing me off too, man. Because I'm like, even with Emmett Till, later on, a whole lot of years later down the line, damn lady gonna talk about the brother ain't even whistle with her. But I'm like, do you see how bad this brother had got beat, man? Just because of your damn line. So hey, Lord gonna have her damn number too, man, as well as the rest of them. But reading on, they are for a prey and none delivered. So we are just like how Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17, verse 18 was talking about. They hunt our steps. Hey, we are for a prey. You got the predator, and then you have a prey. The predator hunts the prey, and it's mighty funny because look how even with they damn symbols, the eagle, that's a damn predatory bird, man. And then we are for a prey, because what are we? We're sheep. So, and we damn sure have seen damn eagles, swoop some damn sheeps up, man. As well as them damn them deer and stuff. Hey, they swoop them up off their feet, man. But then on the flip side, hey, we some lions, man. Hey, the Lord said, hey, y'all some lions, man. Hey, y'all some donkeys and everything else, man. But reading on, and none delivered. Because nobody's gonna deliver us out of this situation. Only the Most High God Himself. Yeah, talking about she was too old for prison, but hell, she was there. Because Bill Cosby, boy, he 80 something, ain't he? Like 70 something. He up there. But then when it came down to her, she too old for prison. Hey. But reading on, for a spoil, and none said restore. Because none of these people want us to restore, man. Because they know if we restore as a nation of people, it's a done deal, man. As we gonna be back on top, man. We gonna be ruling with a rod of iron, man. Now in the back of the other heathen nations head and stuff, man, they be like, hey, we need them to be back on top, man, because at least it's gonna be more fair. Because Esau, they don't play fair, man. Hey, they want everything. Yeah, we gonna get everything too, though. Hey, best believe that we gonna get everything too, because every last one of you nations, y'all, in some shape, form, or fashion, y'all prosper out for us, man. But it still ain't gonna be to the point where when it comes down to polluting the world and killing off animals for no damn reason, and all these different type of things, man. We're gonna be ruling with a rod around, but we ain't finna be doing all that extra stuff that Esau there was doing. So hey, like we always tell the heathen nations, hey, prepare for y'all. Go ahead, prepare for the kingdom, because hey, y'all going into slavery, man. Prepare for our kingdom, that is, because y'all will be going into slavery. So y'all go ahead and get y'all push-ups, y'all sit-ups, goddamn. Well, if y'all got a weight bench at the house, better bench, curl, pull-ups, all that, man. But reading on. Now we go to the next precept. Let's get Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. We almost out of here, y'all. I ain't no class gonna be this long, but it'll be the spirit. Zechariah 11 and 5. We ain't pulled this precept in a while, man, but all praise for the Lord allowing us to pull it again. It says, we're gonna start at verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, because we are that flock that's getting slaughtered on a day-to-day basis. It said, verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. It's just like how we just talking about with the woman, Emmett, man. Yeah. Oppressors who slay, who slay us and hold themselves not guilty, man. She may not have did it in a physical aspect, but her words got that brother killed, man. And what was her verdict? Not guilty. Oh, she too old for prison. But then it says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. What said the Lord God? Well, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Because them that sell us, they make a profit off of us, man. And they like, hey, bless the Lord, for I am rich. But you ain't praying to our God, man. You don't even, the Lord ain't even hearing y'all prayers, man. If you don't hear a prayer of a sinner or an Israelite, he damn sure ain't hearing y'all prayers, man. And then it says, and their own shepherds pity them not. So when it comes down to, our so-called leaders like what T.D. Jakes and what's that brother name? Damn, what is that man name? What, Jesse Jackson. Al Sharpton, that dude. All them, every time, something happened like this, or like if a brother is killed and it's all on video going viral and stuff, they always have one of them weak bastards come out. Yeah, even Farrakhan have them come out and try to rock us back to sleep, man. Be like, let bygones be bygones. Even Martin Luther King had them doing the same thing. Let bygones be bygones. I'm like, nah, man. We want that back in blood, and we are gonna get that back in blood according to what Numbers 35 and 33, man. But hey, all these things they steady happening, man. Because again, hey, you gotta get worse before it get better. So when it get better, hey, that's when that's gonna be us getting it back in blood. But going on to the next precept, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 22. Because now we're gonna go into like the the health part of it, or like the things that we go through health wise. Getting worse. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever. So, consumption, something that just got you consumed, man. And it says in a fever. We all done dealt with a fever before. It says, and with the inflammation. You wonder why you sleep on your bed, going to sleep on your bed, then you wake up, your damn knee swole, your damn ankle may be swole, elbow may be swole, your eye may hurt and be swole, inflamed. And then it says, and with an extreme burning and with the sword. So extreme burning, hey, that can go into a plethora of things too, man. Hey, you probably ain't even did nothing with nobody. I don't know how long. Yeah, you could probably have like some type of burning in that aspect, or if you was, sleeping around, you could have some type of burning, man. And then hell, your eyes could be burning, your skin could be burning for no reason, anything, man. But or like heartburn, that's something else our people deal with. It says, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And we know what blasting and mildew is. Nobody want that, man. Even if that stuff be like around the house, that stuff can get you sick, man. Hey, mold too, man. That stuff can kill you. But jumping down to verse 27, the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt and with the emeralds, going into hemorrhoids, man. If you're eating spicy stuff or if you're pushing too hard, you can get some hemorrhoids. And then it says, and with the scab. So, some of my people here, if they bruise easy or if they fall or something, and they be having scabs, or sometimes they wake up and they have a scab on them. Be like, damn, where that come from? Or like eczema or something like that, man. Or with some type of rash. And it says, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. Because, hey, if you sleeping on these rough beds or sleeping on the floor or something, you got, hey, just like right now, I hope this is just an itch, a regular itch, man. But whereof it says, thou canst not be healed. And these things don't be healed, man, because your skin may be dry as hell. I mean, you could look at it like that too, but I mean, it's more so like dealing with dealing like with stuff that we deal with on health wise. Like when you say getting shot, do you mean like as in like a shot you go to the doctor to get, or you talking about like actually getting shot with a gun? I mean, in the context, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't use that. I mean, I see where you could go with it, but I wouldn't. Now, when you jump down to 30, 28 and 54, you can use that, for a brother having an evil eye towards his brother. And you know what brothers do, man. They shooting each other and stuff like that. You can use that in that aspect. But jumping down, verse 27 again. It said, at last of it, whereof thou canst not be healed. So these things don't be healed, man. Hey, they must have you how you itching for no reason, just like I had just a while ago, man. As soon as I read that, I started itching, man. But jumping down to verse 35, the Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs. And we know one thing about our damn people. They have some bad knees, man. Shout out Officer Keenan. I'm talking about, hey, I'm even with me, like me being 25 now. Yeah, I like sometimes if I raise up, a damn knee it'll pop for no reason, man. And then if you sitting down and you have your knee in that same position for so long, and you get to hurt, man, you be like, damn, what's going on? The Lord didn't put no age on knee problems, man. Hell, even I know Soldier Donovan, yeah, his knee, his was due to an injury, but here, thou shalt be smitten in thy knees. He didn't say how you was gonna get the smitten, but best believe you gonna have them aching bones, man. It says, and in the legs. And we know how especially like with our people that's steady eating pork and stuff, man. Yeah, we know how they legs be hurting and swelled up and inflamed and stuff, having gout. Hey, Lord said you're gonna be smitten with those things, because hey, that's a curse that's put on you for eating those diabolical things, man. But who's that? 35, 35 again from the top. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed. From the sole of thy foot, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. So, hey, going into that sore botch again. Shalom, Officer Barakai. It says, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. So you just wonder why. This said Bitcoin had mine since I was 14. A lot of black people fishing that league. Yeah, man, they do. Because even with that bodybuilder named Ronnie Coleman, lifting all that heavy ass weight, talking about, he was swole, man.
But then, hey, he was taking them roids too, man. And then now he can barely walk. He'll be bent over like this, man. Lost all his motion to walk, but he get better over time. He got better over time. He can walk better than what he was, but he got messed up, man. But and then like I said, from the sole of thy foot to the top of thy head, something out of nowhere. Damn, foot hurt, toes hurt, back hurt. Hey, because that's another thing. Back be hurt like a mud, man. Whether it's lower back, middle back, or top of your back, man. Shoulder may hurt, neck may hurt, damn head hurt for no damn reason. I'm talking about you could you ate something, your head still hurt. Yeah, you be in the sun too long, your head gonna hurt. Yeah, you ain't gotta do nothing, your head gonna hurt. So I'm like, hey, that's a curse that the Lord put on us, man. But jumping down, well, that's the last precept on that one. But next precept, let's get Sirach chapter 38 and verse 1. It's the last little spiel. A couple more precepts, but concerning health. Yeah, little closing precepts. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, and verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which he may have of him, for the Lord had created him. So the Lord let you know, hey, honor a physician, man. Like when it come down to it, because hey, the Most High God, He did make him. And He says, which uses were the uses which He may have of him, for the Lord had created him. So even though I know our people, that's one thing our people hate to do. They hate going to the doctor, man, because they don't want to hear some type of bad news. And I mean that's understood to a certain extent because. Even me personally, I don't even like just going to the doctor per se, man, because these damn prescriptions and stuff they giving our people is just, hell on our people, man. Because prime example, brother went to the hospital for blood pressure pill. Not me per se, but in general. But brother probably went to the hospital for some blood pressure pills, and this is okay. It's gonna help your blood pressure, but may cause dizziness, headaches, vomiting, seizures. I'm like, okay, it fixed this, but it gave me 4, 5, 6, 11, 77 different other side effects, man. So I mean, I understand on that aspect, man. But it's natural herbs you can't be taking like what black seed oil, what fish oil, grapeseed oil, different type of oils and stuff, man. These are all beneficial to our, to us. Hey, you ain't lying. Make cause suicidal thoughts. Like, come on, man. God, that's some of our people, because that's another, you could say that's another like sign of pride, man. Our people be too proudful to go check up on themselves, man. I mean, yeah, we have our stuff that we may use on a day-to-day basis, but all praise to the Most High God, He have like doctors and nurses and other brothers and sisters that may be in the medical field that can do these things for us, because you trust them. But then when it come down to the mother, I mean, that's understood. But nevertheless, if your body hurt and it hurt too bad, take your ass to the doctor, man. Go to the doctor. If your leg is broke, go to the doctor. If your nose broke, go to the doctor. If you feel like one side of your body is numb, go to the doctor, man. That's why the Lord said, honor the physician, because it's going to explain itself. It says, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. Because, hey, even like how that Deuteronomy 32 and 39, speak on. He said, I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. The Lord is ultimately, that's who's going to heal you, man. Because we understand there's, like, even with the wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12, it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored thy health, but thy word which did it. But reading on, and it says, and he shall receive honor of the king.
It says, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be admiration.
Because people tend to admire the physician, man, because they be like, man, you did a good job all through the glory of the Most High God. That is, he basically like you say a mediator, so to speak. Because hey, the Lord, he put it on his mind or her mind to do some type of surgery on you, or to do this, that, and the third, and knowing what to do, and knowing what spots not to hit, what spots to hit, to make sure that surgery is successful, man.
Verse 4, the Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
So going into like how we talking about the herbs and stuff again, hey, he that is wise will not abhor them. Because hey, just because when we younger, we heal faster. We get a cut or we fall, break a bone or something. I ain't never broke a bone, but I know his brothers and sisters that may have broke bones. I drunk my milk. That's what they say. But anyways, us when we was younger, hey, we heal like we may heal like a damn lizard. But then as time progressed, and I'm even seeing it. Hey, that healing process is slowed down on you. You may get sicker more than you used to. And I know this year I got sick more than usual, man. Like then me being a little younger, man. And I mean that's you like you got to take care of yourself, man. You got to take care of this temple. And when it's cold outside, don't be talking about, man, I can withstand it. It ain't that cold. Nigga, cover your damn head up. Put some over your face if you got to. Wear 3 jackets. Wear 3 shirts. Yeah, 3 pair of pants, 2 pair of socks. You got to do these things, man, because, hey, we do understand that as time progresses, these bodies, they do get weaker and weaker. These ain't them spiritual bodies that we're going to get in the kingdom, man. This body is going to deteriorate as time progresses, man. That's why as you get older, you got people that may lose their damn teeth. Hair may fall off or fall out. Brothers may lose weight. Send them down some. May shrivel up some. All this, man. Because these bodies, they ain't meant to last forever.
But reading on, we're jumping down to verse 5. Oh, did it? Yeah, didn't it? Yeah, verse 5. Verse 6. And he had given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous work. With such doeth he heal men and taketh away their pains.
So with all the pains we may, experience, in most aspects, that pain, it'll be taken away. Then some aspects, hey, that may become even worse, man.
Jumping down to verse 9. My son, in thy sickness, be not negligent.
I know. Shout out to Brother Fred. I know he was having an issue with that word, negligent. I know I almost have a problem with it too, man.
But you got to slow it down. Negligent. But it says, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole.
So even when we say be not negligent, you gotta don't be like prideful and don't neglect those things, because that's a root word for the negligent. Don't neglect it, man. But pray unto the Lord. God, Brother Lamar.
But read it on. Or verse 10. Leave off from sin, and order thine hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness.
Hey, you gotta think about it, man. We gotta leave off that sin, man, because in certain aspects, the Lord could bring sicknesses and stuff on you. Because some of for trying, but hey, even like how Capt Benaniyah say, why this is happening to you, either for a trying state or for a judgment type of state. But only you know that between you and the Most High God, and the angel that is recording, of course. His son Yahri.
But It says, leave off from sin and order thy hands aright and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. So any type of wickedness, cleanse yourself from that, man. Because that's you spiritually healing yourself. When you cleanse yourself from all that, man. Because sin is a sickness, man. But jumping down the verse, well, now we can read on. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord had created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. So, hey, don't neglect your physician, man. You do have need of him. It's gonna come a time where you're gonna have need of him, and he gonna know exactly what's wrong with you. But you yourself, since you are not a physician, hey, you may not know. You may just try to do it, your own way, and you may make matters work for not checking in with the physician. But reading on, there is a time when in their hands there is good success. And notice how I said there is a time when there is a good success, because it be other times where it don't be. There is times where it do be good success, man. Because the most I got, he like, okay, I see that this brother, he trying to come back into the fold. He trying to do better by me. He trying to increase. So hey, I'm gonna have him go through this, man. It's a little trying state. But then hey, this physician, hey, he gonna do according to my will. And hey, I'm the one who get the last say so, because most I got, he's the ultimate physician, man. He the one that decides if you die or if you live. But read it on. For they shall also pray unto the Lord, that he will prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. Because hey, just imagine if you have a physician that's just praying over you, man. A righteous physician that is, because you do have wicked physicians. It says that he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. Because we want to prolong life as long as possible. Because every day that we wake up, that's just another opportunity to to repent and to get in good with the Most High God and Son Yahweh. But verse 15, it's the flip side. He that sinned before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician. So if you sin it against your maker and something go wrong, and you come out there with a shoulder that may be down like this, and the other one be up like this, or your neck twisted like this, or your eyeball down like this, or whatever the case may be, your nose up like this, hey, or in some cases you just lose your life altogether. Hey, that's because you were sinning, man. In some aspects, because you do have like aspects of like how the blind man was, or you got even with the with Job's situation and all them, trying the brothers. But if you sin it against your maker, hey, the Lord gonna give you over to the hands of the physician, man. But going on to the next precept, we're gonna get Matthew chapter 16 and verse 24. This is the book of Matthew chapter 16 and verse 24. Then said Yahweh unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So even with the precept that we brought out earlier in Matthew chapter 10, this is saying the same thing. He said, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself. So we got to full on deny ourselves, man, and take up his cross and follow me. Then we got to take up our cross and follow Christ, man. Walk after his footsteps, because he is that example that the Lord had, provided for us. Then said Yahweh to his disciple, verse 25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So this is another another precept for that. It says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So, Christ is asking the question. You can gain the whole world all you want, man. But in the end, you're going to lose your soul, man. And that's going to be
worse on that aspect of like a eternal, like how we talking about earlier, eternal damnation, man. So, you know, in the aspect of it, it got to get worse, you know, for the better. But then it's also another situation on the flip side. Hey, it's gonna get better. It's gonna be better right now, and then it may get worse, man, for you, you know, in the end, for you know, continuing in that sin. But going on to the next precept, you know, Captain Benaniyah's favorite precept, and I see why. I know I've been bringing this out in, you know, classes a lot. I mean, them would just pack a punch, man. And they just, if a person ever like hot wired a car or like needed a boost or something, this is how it feel, man, every time you read this precept. You know, all of them, of course, but you know, it'd be certain ones that stick out to you. This the book, Spiritual Reset. That's what you'll call it. But this book is Second Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. So the Lord let you know, hey, this is the condition of the battle. This is the circumstances. This is what's required, man. It says, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. Because hey, we gotta continue to fight, man. No matter how hard this truth may get or how hard this world may, you know, kick our ass, whatever the case may be. You know, gotta be blunt about it. We got to keep on fighting, man. That's the only way, hey, that's the only way you're gonna be able to endure this thing. Is you just keep on fighting, man. Because as long as you keep on fighting, the Lord gonna keep on holding you up, man. He's like, because you gotta just look at it. Say if you y'all watch boxing. So you got the boxer, he may be tired as hell, got 12 rounds, arms heavy, sweaty, legs wobbly, you know, eye probably hurt, head probably hurt, body probably hurt. But then right in your corner, you got your Howard shot. And then, you know, of course, you got the Most High God that's, you know, making sure everything is, you know, going according to plan. Hey, Christ right there, he's being your strength, man. He giving you that motivation, talking about, hey, keep on going. Keep on striving. You almost got it. Hey, all you got to do, you got to survive, what, 2 more rounds or 3 more rounds, and you got it, man. And you'll win that championship, man. The championship we looking for is that kingdom. Hey, that's the best damn championship you can have, man. Because I know even with Mike Tyson, even when he was doing the interview, he was showing off his little collection and stuff. He was talking about all this stuff means nothing to me. He like, it's just a piece of plastic or a piece of gold. But then, hey, but this one right here, hey, I care about this reward, man, this championship, because that mud's gonna be eternal, man. That mud's gonna be lovely. But reading on, it says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if you be overcome and you so if you get knocked down, you stay down and overcome by that sin or overcome by this world, he shall suffer as thou hast said. So you're gonna get what you deserve, man. Whatever him like it, him can get. So if you stay down, and when you know you can get back up, that's on you. But reading on, Shalaki. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. But if you get that victory, you're gonna receive that championship, man. You're gonna receive that kingdom, that everlasting life, man. You're gonna receive it. But last precept. Let's get Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Yeah, they already do that now, but hey, it's going to be at an all-time high, you know, for the righteous sake. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulations 10 days. Because, you know, 10 is just a number of completion on that aspect, just like how the number 7 is. But be thou faithful unto death,
and I will give thee a crown of life. So I'm gonna read that again from the top. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So hey, even if they damn castrators, you know that's something that I know brothers gonna have to get their head wrapped around, including myself. I'm like, damn. But I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get some new ones in the kingdom, Lord will. But anyways, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So hey, if you being in prison, hey, so be it. Cause even in prison, we're gonna be prophesying, man. We're gonna be prophesying and teaching. Like the next brother, or have their sisters in there, the next sister, man. We're gonna be letting them know, hey, you are Israelite, repent. Hey, then if they try to put us to death, even in the prison houses, hey, we're gonna have them same self spirits like the 7 sons, man, or Eleazar, man. We hey, even the mother of the other 7 sons, we're gonna have those type of spirits on us, man. Hey, they may, what they said, castrate us, cut a tongue off, cut an arm off, foot off, nose off, ear off. Yeah, take an eyeball out, anything, man. But at the end of the day, cut a finger off, toe off. But at the end of the day, we know it's all for the good. But it says that the devil shall cast some of you into the prison, or into prison, that ye may be tried. Because it's all gonna be just trying you, man. Just to see where your faith lied at. Are you gonna concede to what they tell you to do? Nigga, go ahead and eat this pork. Or you gonna get castrated, or you gonna get your fingers cut off. Or go ahead and kill your brother over there and I'll set you free. Or go ahead and get, even if they do have the chip or whatever the case may be, because we know Mark of the Beast is going into sin, but something along them lines, even if you did get that. But or any different type of stuff, man. Are you gonna concede to the ways of this world, concede to the enemy, or you gonna continue to be down 10 toes down with the Lord, man? Concede with the enemy, 10 toes down with the Lord. That's something for you to decide. But read it on. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. This is the toughest part of that precept. Be thou faithful unto death. Faithful unto death, man. So hey, even though, like I said, even though it get hard, man, be thou faithful unto death. To the death of us. But reading on. And I will give thee a crown of life. Hey, going into that, going into the kingdom, man. Christ setting crowns over every last one of our heads, man. That's ruling in that kingdom with a rod of iron. Not having to worry about none of this bull, that we worry about now on a day-to-day basis, man. But hey, with that, I say shalom. Hope the class was edifying, uplifted brothers and sister spirit. We always speak on the GoFundMe's and the Cash Apps. Those things are being greatly used for the edification, well, for the building of a nation, and building of a kingdom. Also, y'all continue to get y'all Passover fees in. Going, Passover next week. So y'all go ahead and get y'all fees in for the y'all shirts and stuff, because due date, cutoff date is April 6th for the t-shirt and the collar shirt for the men. Then I forgot exactly what dates. Brother Ehud wife was saying that the cutoff date was for the I think it was the same date, either the 6th or the 7th, for the unleavened bread. Then I know Sister Naomi, she making the unleavened cookies and all that. So y'all know y'all check in with them brothers and sisters on that. Yeah, make sure y'all put in word for it. Like I said, hope the class was edifying, uplifted y'all spirit, just feel y'all to continue to just endure these things, man. Like we said, we got brothers and sisters that's, under the weather, sick, dealing with more harsher health issues and stuff, man. But that's small work to the Most High God.
Yeah, the Lord, I'm telling you, to the point where you have so much faith here, the Lord probably can cut your head off, or have you somebody cut your head off, and the Lord probably can attach it back and have you still, breathing and alive. 'Cause we know there's people that survive bullet wounds in the head, or got shot in the heart and survived, or whatever the case may be. So nothing is impossible for the Most High God, man. I know it probably sound like Frankenstein, but hey, where you think they got this stuff from? But at the end of every class, we always bring out a law. Tonight's law will be Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. This is the book of Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. So, hey, as long as thou live it, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. In some shape, form, or fashion, you should be, talking about these laws, statutes, commandments. It says, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So on a day-to-day basis, hey, get you some reading in. Hey, pray. Think about these precepts. Meditate on them. Let them simmer, man. Let them marinate in your spirit. But reading on, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous. Because if you're observing and doing according to all that's therein, then your ways will be prosperous, man. Yeah, because even though in the physical aspect, you may not be prospering a whole lot, but spiritually, you prospering like a mud, man. Because even though you maybe have these financial, situations going on, or a loved one lost, or whatever the case may be, Most High God gave you some more understanding, so you can bring it to the nation and edify them, man. The deeper understanding, like what with the 12 feathers and precepts like that, man. Most High God could very well do that, man. And like things that's probably been like a ongoing situation, like with Ruth being if she was a Moabite or Israelite, stuff like that. Lord could very well bring that understanding to you, and then hey, you can share it with the next brother or sister, and then hey, there you go. That's solved, the whatever case may be. But reading on, it says, then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. But it says, hey, you're gonna have good success in these things, man. But reading on, have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So wherever you go, he go. If y'all familiar with that movie Lottery Ticket, when the dude was following Bow Wow around, the dude had borrowed money from him. He said, wherever you go, I go. Just like where Yahri shine, his son, his father, that is. Wherever you go, I go. But again, with that, I say shalom. I see you brothers and sisters tomorrow, Lord's will. For the captains to bring out another mighty class. That say shalom.